Hello and welcome to Speak Up, your English Confidence podcast. I'm so glad you're here today. Let me ask you, have you ever felt your heart race or your mind go blank when you try to speak English? If so, trust me, you're not alone. Today, we're diving deep into building confidence for English speaking. Whether you're a beginner or just feeling stuck, this episode is packed with practical steps and real talk to help you break through those barriers. I want you to imagine right now what your life could look like if you felt comfortable speaking English anywhere, with anyone. Sounds exciting, right? So, grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's start this journey together. And hey, feel free to share your thoughts or stories with me after the show. I love hearing from you. All right, let's get into our first big topic, understanding the fear behind speaking English. Let's be honest, speaking a new language can be scary. Ever felt that stage fright? Like everyone's eyes are on you, just waiting for you to make a mistake? That's what psychologists call performance anxiety. It's totally normal, and almost everyone experiences it. When I first tried to learn French, I was terrified of being judged. My accent? Terrible. My grammar? Even worse. But you know what? Every language learner, even native speakers sometimes, worries about saying the wrong thing. Now you might be thinking, is it just me who feels this way? Absolutely not. Most learners share these fears: fear of being laughed at, fear of making mistakes, or simply fear of not being understood. Let me tell you a story. My friend Maria once froze during a job interview because she couldn't remember a simple word. She felt embarrassed, but later realized even the interviewer made mistakes too. So here's the truth. Fear is natural, but it doesn't have to stop you. Instead, we can use it as a signal that we're about to grow. Let me get personal for a moment. I remember my first English presentation in college. I felt like my tongue was tied in knots. My palms were sweating. I forgot half my vocabulary. I even mispronounced success as success. Have you ever had a moment like that? What did you do? At first, I wanted to hide. But then I realized everyone in that room was rooting for me, not against me. Linguists call this the affective filter. It's when anxiety blocks our brain from using what we know. But here's the good news. With practice, that filter gets thinner. Now you might ask, did you ever overcome that fear? Yes, but not overnight. Every presentation, every conversation chipped away at my anxiety until speaking felt, well, not easy, but much less scary. So remember, your fear is proof you care, and caring is the first step to real improvement. Let's clear something up. Feeling nervous about speaking English isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Neuroscientists call this the growth zone, where your brain literally builds new connections. Think about athletes before a big game. They feel nervous too, but those butterflies mean you're about to do something important. Now, you might wonder, will this anxiety ever go away? With every small step, it gets easier. The key is not to avoid fear, but to walk through it, one word at a time. Remember, millions of learners worldwide feel exactly as you do. If you ever doubt yourself, know that you're in excellent company. So, let's shift from judging ourselves for feeling fear to respecting it as a sign we're learning and growing. All right, let's talk strategy. Building confidence doesn't mean leaping onto a stage tomorrow. It starts with tiny, manageable steps. Linguists call this scaffolding, like building a house one brick at a time. Maybe today, you just practice saying hello to your neighbor or ordering a coffee in English. That's enough. Each small win lays another brick in your foundation. Now you might be thinking, isn't that too basic? Not at all. Even Olympic athletes start with simple drills. The key is consistency, not complexity. Let me share a tip. Record yourself speaking for 30 seconds each day. Listen back. Notice your progress. That's how you turn small steps into giant leaps over time. So, let's celebrate every single step, no matter how tiny it seems. Here's a secret every language expert knows. The brain loves consistency. Think of neuroplasticity as your brain's ability to rewire itself. Practicing English, even for just 5 minutes a day, creates lasting change. Have you ever noticed that habits are easier to keep when they're short? That's called habit stacking, linking a new skill to something you already do, like practicing English while making breakfast. You may ask, do I really have to practice every single day? The answer? Not forever, but in the beginning, frequent practice builds strong neural pathways. Think of it as making a path in a field by walking the same route every day. Try setting a timer for 5 minutes. Speak, read, or even listen to English. You'll be amazed at the difference consistent effort can make in just 1 month. So, remember short bursts, done regularly, are the real secret to lasting confidence. Let's talk about mistakes. Most learners are terrified of them, but did you know that in education, mistakes are called productive failures? They're how your brain learns the fastest. Imagine a child learning to walk. They fall, they wobble, but every stumble teaches them something new. That's how language works, too. You may be thinking, but won't people judge me if I mess up? The truth is, most listeners admire your courage. Plus, making mistakes in real-time feedback situations, like conversations, actually helps you remember and improve. Let me tell you a story I once said, I am boring instead of I am bored. People laughed, but they also helped me correct it. That one error taught me the right word for life. So, let's flip the script. Mistakes are not embarrassing, they're essential stepping stones on your journey to fluency. Now, let's explore immersion, a fancy word for surrounding yourself with English. Imagine your brain as a sponge. The more English you soak in, the faster you learn. Have you tried language apps like Duolingo or Memrise? These use spaced repetition, which means reviewing words just before you forget them. That's the science behind faster vocabulary growth. Next, find a language exchange partner. Sites like Tandem connect you with native speakers for casual chats. It's like having a workout buddy for your language muscles. And don't forget real-world practice. Try ordering food, asking for directions, or even joining an English club in your city. Every interaction builds your confidence. So, turn your daily life into your classroom. The more you use English, the more natural it will feel. Let's get into mindset. Did you know your thoughts shape your confidence? Psychologists call this self-talk, the running commentary in your mind. Are you telling yourself, I'll never be fluent? Or, I always make mistakes? Let's flip that script. Start using affirmations like, I am improving every day, or every mistake is a lesson. Now, you might be skeptical. Does this really work? Studies show that positive self-talk reduces anxiety and boosts performance, even for athletes and public speakers. Celebrate your progress. Keep a journal of your small victories. Maybe you understood a movie scene or used a new word in conversation. And here's a powerful exercise. Visualize yourself speaking confidently, smiling, connecting. Your brain can't tell the difference between real and imagined success, so let's use that to our advantage. Ready to take action? Let's put all these ideas together with a practical plan. First, set achievable goals. Maybe it's having a 1-minute conversation or learning 10 new words this week. Track your progress with a notebook or app. Each checkmark is proof of your growth. That's called goal tracking, and it's a proven way to boost motivation. Connect with supportive communities, online or in person. Platforms like Reddit's language forums or local meetup groups are full of people just like you, eager, nervous, and ready to practice. And whenever you feel discouraged, remember, every mistake, every awkward moment is a step forward. Growth isn't always comfortable, but it's always worth it. So, embrace the journey, celebrate your wins, and above all believe in yourself. We've covered a lot today. If there's one thing I want you to remember, it's this. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. One word, one conversation, one small step at a time. So keep practicing, keep making mistakes, and keep celebrating every bit of progress. Your English journey is unique and valuable. Here's my final tip. End each day by saying one thing you did well in English, no matter how small. This simple habit rewires your brain to notice growth, not just gaps. Thank you so much for joining me today. I believe in you, and I know you have everything it takes to become a confident English speaker. Until next time, stay enthusiastic, stay curious, and remember every word you speak brings you one step closer to your goals. Goodbye and happy learning.